Hey guys, Joanne here with Newegg TV. I'm here to do an overview on these Rosewill FB-03 and FB-04 mid-tower computer cases. Now they're pretty much the same, identical, except for the front panels, which you can see here, but I'll show you that in just a little bit. Here's a closer look at the two cases. Both of them come with a glossy finish at the front, except the F04, which is this one, has more of a brushed metal look here. And this part, the glossy part, pops out a little bit. And on this one, it's more flat, less, and the power button is located down here for the F03, and for the FB04, it's up here at the top with the ports also rearranged a little bit, but it's essentially the same. I'm going to go over the FB-03 case because it's, like I said, the internal components, everything is pretty much identical to the FB-04. So let's go ahead and take a closer look. This case is, of course, made of steel with some plastic, and I already mentioned the front panel area except for the ports and all that. But first, it measures 6.89 inches wide, 16.14 inches tall, and 14.57 inches deep. And up at the front, we have your 3 5¼ inch drive bays, as well as a 3.5 inch drive bay, and there is an adapter included inside. And above that is your reset button, 2 USB 2.0 ports, your headphone microphone jacks, as well as your hard drive indicator light and the power button right here. Now let's move along to, actually, there is a pre-installed 120mm fan up here, but I will open up the front bezel in just a little bit and show you that setup. Here on the side, you get mounting points for 2 120mm fans. On the rear, a top-mounted power supply mount and knockout for your input-output shield for your motherboard. Pre-installed 80mm fan at the back here in the rear, and I believe those are mounting points for a 92mm fan. Below that, 7 expansion slots, and nothing on this side. I'm going to take off the front bezel, so give me a moment. There we go. Be careful though, because the front panel connector cables are connected to the front bezel. But here's your 120mm front fan. It's got some honeycomb ventilation here, your 3.5 inch drive bay with its adapter, and your 5¼ inch drive bays. Now let's take a look at the top and the bottom of the case. Nothing on the top, so we're just gonna go on over to the bottom. Now on the bottom, you get some padded foam feet here to help reduce vibration, and there is a mount for a 2.5 inch drive at the bottom of the case. I've removed the thumb screws for the right side, so let's go ahead and take a look. First thing though, I want to mention the motherboard compatibility. You can install micro ATX boards up to 9.6 inches by 9.6 inches, and ATX boards 12 inches by 9.6 inches will fit. Now up here where the power supply is, you get a hole here and a hole down here for routing your cables, and what appears to be a large tie-down point in this section here. And as you can see, there is no cutout for your aftermarket heatsink, so if you would like to install one onto your motherboard, I would recommend that you do that before installing your motherboard into the case. It's just something to think about, so you don't run into issues later on. Here's a look at the interior. Back here is another look at your 80mm rear fan with its 3-pin connector. Now flip it over to the side. Here's your 3-pin connector with Molex and pass-through for your front fan. Front panel connectors, you have your audio connectors, your USB 2.0 connector, your power reset, and LED plugs. Now down here, as I mentioned earlier, here's your 2.5 inch drive mount. You get 4 3.5 inch drive mounts here. You will not need brackets. Go ahead and just slot the 3.5 inch drive in there, and you'll need screws to fasten the 3.5 inch as well as the 5¼ inch drives. Just something you should know. Finally, here are the accessories. So here's your user guide. Always handy to have around. Tells you how to install everything. Now a bag of, what do we have here? I have a bag of goodies, so let's take a look. Inside is a PCI cover, several zip ties, and a bag filled with your motherboard standoffs, mounting screws, as well as your motherboard speaker. That wraps up our overview on these Rosewill FB-03 and FB-04 mid-tower computer cases. I'm Joanne, and if you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe to our Newegg YouTube channel. Thanks for watching Newegg TV, and we'll see you next time.